webinar, and the reason behind it, because IQI is one of the leading real estate agency and one of the biggest company in Malaysia, and also the Excel Academy, one of the well-known institutes in Malaysia, is coming together, and we are offering a few digital marketing courses together. So our idea is like to helping the students and give them the right direction, and we need to share them the expertise, share them the experience, what they can get from the people who are working in the industry. So they can get from the people, from that kind of people who are working in the industry on a regular basis. So our previous session was more like about digital marketing, what you can do, what you cannot do as a SME. But today we're going to talk about something different, and that is the Facebook advertisement. So like in Malaysia, whenever we talk about digital marketing, most of the people thinks it's probably Facebook ads only. But as I mentioned in my last webinar, that Facebook ads is only the part of digital marketing. But if you take a look into this industry, not only Malaysia, the whole Southeast Asian companies are heavily depending on Facebook advertisement. So it doesn't matter you're from a SME, you're an individual, you're working in a corporate, Facebook ad is something you should know. Okay, now let's discuss about something interesting. I think you all will agree that nowadays everyone is a digital marketer and everyone can run Facebook ads. Do you agree? If you agree, press 2. Okay, so yes, I'm getting a lot of response. So everyone can run Facebook ads, but always remember there's a huge difference we have between the running ads and running ads properly. So yes, Facebook have multiple options that giving you the opportunity to run the advertisement within a very short period of time and with a very limited knowledge. But when it's about getting the best results, when it's about getting the lead within a competitive price, then you need the knowledge, then you need the time, then you need to know the details. So today we're going to discuss about, I know like some of you are running Facebook ads, so just letting you guys know that the way probably you're doing Facebook ads, probably it shouldn't be the way to run the Facebook ads. And definitely we'll just tell you some tips, some basic tips, 4 or 5 tips, what you can consider to do when you're running Facebook ads. But definitely, as I mentioned, this is just like a preview. If you guys have enrolled for the main course, then probably you guys can go in detail that how to run an ads. So let's start. Let's take a look on our first slide. So I'm not going to introduce myself because I've introduced myself in the last session, but those who still interested to know more about me, I think Liana will share you the PPT. So from the PPT, you can take a look, or even you can search me in any of the social media and you will find me, and you can explore more about me over there. So going to the next slide, today we're going to have a 45-minute session. But among this 45-minute session, what I want from you guys, that yes, this presentation I made from my point of view, but I'm pretty sure you guys are struggling with so many things. You guys have a lot of questions to ask. So feel free to drop your question into the chat section. So later on, when I'll finish my session, I can go through each and every question. And trust me, I will go through each and every question you guys will ask. And I'll try my best to give you the answer. So what we will know today, let's take a look into the objective. We will understand how Facebook and Instagram ads work. Second, the mistakes we are doing. Probably we don't know about it, that we are doing mistakes, because if you guys remember in the past session, I told that the most challenging part is if you don't know what you don't know. So if you don't know that you guys are making the mistakes, then it's really, damn challenging. So that's why I'm just trying to show you a few of the mistakes, not like major mistakes, but minor mistakes, but making a major impact in your ads. Those things I'm going to talk as well. And the third thing, as I mentioned, what we should do to prevent those problems. So I have a question to you all before I get into the actual slide. So if you take a look, suddenly the Facebook and Instagram become so popular. and everyone start talking about digital marketing, especially in last 3 to 4 years. But why is the reason? What do you think? What is the reason? I mean, you can just mention the reason into the chat section, so I will also get to know that what you guys think. So what do you guys think? What is the reason people are now more focused on Facebook, Instagram, or even they're more, I mean, talking about digital marketing? Okay, I got one message. Hi, reach out from Ki Seong Lee with the lower cost. Yes, right. But there's another reason why people are now, I mean, focusing on digital marketing. Okay, I'm with getting more messages. Let me tell you something. So you all know this device. This is called our cell phone, right? So now I think this is what we're using 24/7. Jess Lee wrote trend. No, Jess, it's not trend. Let me tell you something. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I take a look into my phone rather than doing anything else. Before I go to bed, I think the last thing I do, I take a look into my phone rather than doing something else. So phone becomes a very important part of our life. Nowadays, we don't mind if you lose our wallet. We probably feel like, okay, let it go, but we can't accept if you leave the phone at house and you're going to the work. So the phone becomes like important, like in that way. And what we do with the phone, we use Facebook, we use Instagram, we use all the social media. So when you're focused into those places, so the brands will try to spend money into the place where you have the focus. So as people have the focus in here in the phone, so brands are also putting their money into the phone. So that's why the Facebook, Instagram marketing and digital marketing becoming more popular. And no way we can see the old media is coming back, like after 2 years, 5 years. Yeah, the platform will change. Yeah, now people are focusing more on Facebook. It can be TikTok after 3 years, but digital marketing will remain. That will be the solution for the brands and the companies from now on. So let's go to the next slide. Yeah, that's why I say like the attention is here. Okay, so as I told you, like you guys are running Facebook ads. So how many of you are running Facebook ads? If you're running Facebook ads, type 1. If you're not running Facebook ads, type 2. So I will get an idea how many of you are running Facebook ads in here. Okay, I can see a lot of 1. So that means a lot of people are running Facebook ads. So Steven, Sanjesh, Safiuddin, Azhar, Lalan, Lata. So okay, I'm pretty sure after this session, guys, you will get an idea the mistakes you guys are doing. So the first thing what you guys are doing, and that makes your ad less effective, that is, I think that's what I discussed previous session as well, the boost posting. The boost posting is something Facebook gives an option. So my 6-year-old nephew can do that as well, and they can get money from you, because nowadays Facebook is focused on one thing, how they can make revenue, and advertisement is one of the biggest platform they have to get the revenue. So if you guys are using boost post, please stop doing boost post, because if you're doing boost post, it's reaching 20 to 30% lesser people and also costing you 20 to 30% more budget. So in terms of results and in terms of optimization and budget, doing boost is absolutely a wrong step. So the suggestion in that part is, if you'd like to really keen to run the Facebook ads, you better try the ad manager over boost posting. Yes, boost post is very easy, anyone can do that, but if you really spend $1, I think you should spend it properly, because I mean we all, I mean, do hard work to earn money, right? So money we shouldn't let it go easily. Yes, your ad might work, your ad might not work when you're running with ad manager, but at least you know the reason why it's working, why it's not working. So the first suggestion today, stop doing boost posting no matter what. The second thing, okay, I think it happens a lot when you run our Facebook ads. Probably you want to target the Malaysian or the local people, but when you run the advertisement, suddenly you see all the likes and comments are coming from the people who living in Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, who lives in Malaysia. So is it happening with you? If it's happening with you, type 1. If it's not happening with you, type 2. Because it used to happen with me a lot. Whenever I run ads, I try to reach Malaysian, but I end up reaching, I mean, most of the times reaching the foreigners, which I don't want. So how you can avoid it? Definitely there is a way to avoid it, right? So in my right side, you can see a picture in here where you can see age, gender, connection, language. So whoever is running ads in Ad Manager, it should be familiar for you guys. But if you're not using Ad Manager, this is probably, you'll not find it familiar. But let me tell you something, there is an option called language. It's before it's on top of the interest. So you can see the interest in here I marked. On top of that, you can see language. So usually, if you want to target someone who is, I mean, if your product is only for the Malaysians, then in language you should add Bahasa Malayu and Chinese and Tamil as well, because these three language is highly spoken in Malaysia, right? So if you are targeting only Chinese Malaysian, probably you can consider to type language Chinese only. If it's only for Malay, then Bhasa only. If it's only for Indian Malaysian, then only Tamil only. But now the question is, should you use English? My question is, if my answer is, if you are focusing to reach only the local people, you should not use English unless your product is for everyone. So say for if I'm offering a digital marketing course, it can be applicable for anyone and everyone. But when I do advertisement for IQI real estate, sometimes we want only to target Malaysians. So on that time we add the language. We add Bhasa Malay, we add Chinese, and we also add Tamil as well. So that's how we make sure that our ad reach to the right target market. And after we do that, our targeting becomes 80% more better. So if your product is more for like Malaysians and for Malaysia, you can do these things, because this is one of the things we do. We put English, but whenever you put English, it's reaching everyone, because you know how Facebook targeting you through your information you have added in your profile. So if you go to my profile, I'm from Bangladesh, so my language you will find English and Bengali. So English is something what everyone add into their language section. Doesn't matter you can speak English or not, people loves to add English into their language. So the moment you target English, that means you're actually targeting everyone, because Malaysians are also adding English and foreigners are also adding English. But if you're a Malaysian, definitely Bhasa is something you will add in your profile as well. Most likely, like 95% people will do. So that's how you can stop reaching to the wrong target market. So I think 2 tips we got today. First, stop boost posting. The second one, you already know how you can reach Malaysians more effectively from now on. And to do that, you need to use Ad Manager. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. Not doing any remarketing campaign. So I just want to ask you all, are you guys familiar with custom audience and lookalike audience? If yes, type 1. If no, type 2. Let me see the response. I can see a lot of 2. A lot of 2. And 2 is coming from some people who already running Facebook ads. So let me tell you something. If you don't know how to do remarketing, and if you don't know how to use custom audience and lookalike audience, your advertisement will cost you 80% higher than the usual cost. So let me give you an example. 2 years back, when we were not using custom audience and lookalike audience, our cost per lead was around 15 ringgit, 12 to 15 ringgit we had. And then in last 2 years, definitely the price has increased, right? At least 300% price increase in Facebook. But do you know what is our cost per lead now? It's only 3 ringgit to 5 ringgit. So actually it's 60 to 70% more cheaper. Whereas in 2 years the Facebook ad cost goes high, but our ad cost goes low. And what is the secret? No secret. We just know how to do the remarketing. We use funneling, we use custom audience, and we use lookalike audience. So let me tell you something, what is custom audience and what is lookalike audience. I'm trying to give you an easy example, but if you don't understand, please feel free to ask me more question about it. So say for you post something, you post an advertisement that digital marketing course, I mean, launching in like next September. So people saw that advertisement. Some people got engaged with that ad, and then you probably didn't get any sign up, or you get say for only one sign up or one queries, but your ad reached like 20,000 people, and then before September you wanted to run another ad. So what we usually do, we go to the ad manager or we go to the boost post and we create a new audience, or we use the same audience what we have used for the last advertisement. So let me tell you something, whatever ads you saw 7 days before, you can't remember which ad you have seen. I mean, I can't remember what ad I have seen 2 days ago. So 7 days is like probably a long time to consider. So what will happen when you make that post and it reaches like 50,000 people, and out of 50,000 people, probably 10,000 people give like, comment and share. That means those 10,000 people have a certain interest about your post or about digital marketing. So what we do, we retarget people with that audience. So that means the people who have give like, comment and share, they will see my next ad. So the people who gives likes, comment and share and seeing my next ad, that's my custom audience. So those custom audience has some behavior, right? So say for they like iPhone, or like they like English Premier League. So what happened when you create lookalike audience from custom audience, Facebook find the similar people like them. So those 10,000 people who have engaged with your advertisement, Facebook try to find similar kind of people to make your ad more effective. So your ad can be much better, and you can get better results from your audience. So that's what is custom audience and lookalike audience. So custom audience is the audience who have already engaged with your ad and seeing your ad again, and the lookalike audience is, it's actually created from the custom audience and it's actually similar behavior like what custom audience has. So if you're not doing remarketing campaign in your Facebook, you're paying 80 to 90% more advertisement cost and getting worse results. I mean, a lot of people tell me, no, my ad is not performing well. You know, Facebook is not effective. Facebook is this and that. Let me tell you something. Facebook is absolutely fine. It's you who have the problem. It's you who don't know how to make it more effective. Because again, let me tell you this thing again, that if you don't know what you don't know, you never identify your problem. You cannot identify your problem. So this is another mistakes I find the people are doing nowadays. They don't use remarketing, they don't use lookalike audience, they don't use custom audience. Let's move to the next slide.
Good.
Okay. So there's an option called dynamic creative. So I'd like to know who used dynamic creative in here. If you're using dynamic creative, or if you know about dynamic creative, type 1. If you don't know about dynamic creative, type 2. Wow, a lot of 2. Okay, I'm so surprised. Only one person called Kiseong, he knows about dynamic creative. That's great. Okay, dynamic creative is, you know, like sometime we have like similar age, similar friend circle, but still probably I like a red t-shirt, my friend doesn't like the red one, my friend likes like white. I love charkyoto, my friend probably like nasi lemak, right? It can happen. Even though we're having from the same family or probably hanging out with a lot of time, but still we might have different tastes. So in Facebook it's same, different people have different tastes. Let me tell you a nice case example. One of my student run one of the Facebook ads, so he likes one of the visuals, so he makes three different visual. So out of 3 he tried 2 visual, because he likes that two visual too much and two copywriting, but he left one of the visual he didn't like. So when I see that visual, I actually like that visual. I said, hey, JB, can you try this visual and see what happened? And the moment he tried the third visual, he started getting a lot of leads, starts getting a hell lot of leads. So what I'm trying to say, sometimes we think this image looks very cool, very fine, it's very sexy, but like different people have different taste. So you might consider to use multiple visuals and multiple copies when you're running ads. So what is dynamic creative? So dynamic creative allow you to upload up to 10 different image and 10 different copy and 5 different call to action. So call to action means learn more, sign up, those things. So what Facebook will do, Facebook will mix and match and show it to different people and see like which one is getting better response. So probably copy 1 and then image 3 and CTA 2. He will combine these 3 and make one ad and show people. If it's getting good response, then probably he keeps showing that ad to the other people as well. So you'll just allow 10 different variations of image, copy and city, and then Facebook will do the mix and match and he will find the best combination for you. So dynamic creative is, this is what is dynamic creative. And dynamic creative can make your ad 50% more engaging, not according to me, but according to the statistics as well. And if you tell me my experience is more or less similar or actually much better than that. So definitely, if you're not using dynamic creative, you must consider to use dynamic creative for your Facebook and Instagram advertisement. Just give me a moment. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, as few of you told me, like around 15 to 16 people already told me that they know how to run Facebook ads. So I just want to ask you, do you guys know what is audience insight? If you know, press 1. If you don't know, press 2. Okay, that's a good sign. A lot of people know what is audience insight. So my next question, if you know what is audience insight, do you use audience insight when you're running Facebook ads? If yes, type 1. If no, type 2. Okay, I can see few 1. That's great. Okay, that's great. Yes, if you're using audience insight for your Facebook ad to select the interest, that's great. If you're not, then probably you should consider to use it because it will help you to find your target market and your ad can be more effective. And how it will be effective, that's what we will discuss in our course, what we're going to offer from the Excel Academy. But definitely, audience insight is something what you should consider to add your interest when you're running your Facebook advertisement. Okay, the next one, this is my personal observation. As I worked with few companies, I worked with a lot of students, and also I have friends in different companies as well. So my honest opinion, that every companies are focusing very less on creative and copywriting. They think creative and copywriting probably the less important thing. So that's why they hire one person and they expect that one person will do the designing, do the copywriting, do the digital marketing and everything. Honestly, if you're expecting in the similar way, it's very hard for a person. Like if I tell you that I'm very good at copywriting, I'm very good at also graphic and also digital marketing, then probably I'm telling you lie. Yes, I have some strength. Probably I can make the design. Making a design or two design doesn't make me a graphic designer or doesn't make me a creative person. A creative needs a lot of thought, need a lot of understanding. You need to understand the color contrast. You need to understand, is it suitable with your copy or not? There's a lot of thing you can do actually. So Yes, I can make some random design by using Canva, but I'm not a creative person. I'm not a person who tell himself as a designer. And again, I can also write a little bit of copy and fix my grammar with Grammarly, but honestly, I don't think that's 100%. Yes, probably 50-60% I'm a copywriter, but not 100% I'm a copywriter. I'm 100% a digital marketer, and I have a very good idea about copywriting and creative, and then how marketing and copywriting working together, because marketing know the mindset of the people. He can guide, so marketing can guide the copywriter in which way they should think and they should write the copy, but the copy, how it will sound so cheesy and so interesting, that's what the copywriter know. They know how to play with the words. I don't know how to play with the words, and they can make a very dry line to a very cheesy line. So definitely you should, whenever you're running your advertisement, your creative and copywriting should be one of your top priority. And if need, you should hire separate person or hire the freelancer for that. Especially when you're running your ads on awareness level, you can see I put a funnel on the right side. I think in awareness level and the level 2, the remarketing, this is where actually copywriting plays a very vital role. um, I mean copywriting is something that can drive your sales as well. Nowadays we also see uh, not only copywriter, we have sales copywriter. That means those copywriters are highly skilled. They know what to write to get and tease people to confirm a sale. So guys, please focus on your creative and copywriting. Just don't go to Google, download a random picture and upload it. That will not perform well. Yeah, it might work once or twice, but in the long run, it will not give you the results you're expecting. So now these all are the problems we talk about. We know we should not do boosting. We know we should focus on creative and copywriting. We should use the audience inside. We should use a language. So these are the little mistakes probably we do without noticing. But now we're going to talk about some of the solution what probably we can consider to improve our digital marketing advertisements experience. So let's see what are those. So first of all, I think if you are someone uh, who wants to run digital advertisement, you need to know the structure. But before I go to the structure, let me tell you something. You know the structure. So I show you the structure first. So this is the structure. So the structure is you need to select the campaign, and under that campaign you can have the multiple ad sets, and that under multiple ad sets you can have the multiple ads. So what ad sets help you? The ad sets help you on more like technical stuff. So I go back to my previous slide. So you can see like the ad set in here, I put it on top of the technical. So that means the technical part we do on ad set. So what are the technical part? We take a look about demographic, we select the audience, we select the custom audience, lookalike audience, we select the video audience, right? We also do the bidding in the budget as well. So all this technical stuff happen in the ad set, and ad set help us to understand about our objective, about our target market. So if you're not sure that you're running an ads of a product and from where your sales are coming, is it coming from Penang or is it coming from Kale or Melaka, then probably ad set is something what will help you to determine that. And on the next side in ads, I said it's like more like creative. The more creative you are, your ad will be much better. So if I go back again, so first you need to select the campaign. The campaign means what kind of objective you have. Are you running message ad, or it's a traffic ad, or it's a lead generation? So what is your objective? You define first, and then into put ad sets. And whenever you're running ad sets, you should consider to run multiple ad sets under one ad. So I want to ask one question. I'm 99% sure about it, but still I would like to ask it. How many of you are running multiple ad sets, or you are aware of like you can run multiple ad sets? If you know about running or how to create multiple ad sets, type 1. If you don't know how to create or run multiple ad sets, type 2. Yes, that's what I was assuming. Like maximum of you don't know how to create the multiple ad sets. But if you'd like to run ads more effective, you need to add. That's the advice from Facebook. Facebook suggests us you should have at least more than one ad set under one campaign. But I think most of us are not following it and also don't know about it as well. Going to the next slide. So guys, the first solution, you should know the ad structure. If you don't know the ad structure, you cannot set your strategy. We always, I think you all heard about it. Oh, what's your strategy? What's your digital marketing strategy? And when we talk about strategy, we don't know what is strategy, and then we just tell them what we are going to execute somehow. But strategy is something that you know your objective, you select your campaign, and how many ad sets you're going to run and why you will run those ad sets. If it's not working, what will be your plan B? And under ad sets, how many ads you're going to have, what kind of image you're going to use. It's going to be a single image or multiple image, it's going to be a video. So these all are like this strategy. So if you don't know the structure, you cannot even create the digital marketing strategy as well, especially for Facebook marketing. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, I think I talked a lot about ad manager, but probably some of you don't know how the ad manager look like. So that's why I take a screenshot and I put it in here, that's how the ad manager look like. So when you go to the ad manager, this is something you see at the first page, and then you can see there's multiple campaign option we have in here: brand awareness, traffic, conversion, reach, engagement, XYZ, right? So if you see, this is on the top of the page. In here you can see campaign. So this is the campaign, and if you see the ad structure we just discussed, campaign is objective, and then you have ad sets. So if you take a look, the ad sets under that, you can talk about your audience, offer, and this and that. Okay. Someone said can't see my screen. Guys, can you see my screen? Any one of you having issue to see my screen? If you can, okay, Steven say I can see. If you can see, type 1 please. Okay, a lot of people can see. Okay, okay, all right. So yeah, this is the ad manager. The ad manager. So you can see like campaign, ad set, and ad set. The ad structure we just discussed about. You can see it from here. So how to run or create multiple ad sets, that's what we're going to discuss in our actual digital marketing course. So as it's a preview, we're not going to discuss about that thing. So going to the next slide. Okay, I put an advertisement in here. So a lot of people ask, Norid, if I want to make a killer advertisement, what should I do? Give me a shortcut answer, because like people don't want to go through the long journey, they just want an answer. So when they want an answer, my answer is you should focus on 3 things. If you know this 3C, you can create a good Facebook advertisement. What is that 3C? First, content means your image or visual, and the second thing, you need a good copy which should be related with your visual as well, and you should have a CTA. And if you take a look into this advertisement, this ad is pretty straight cut. Looking for a breathtaking aerial footage, we've got you covered. And then on the CTA, you can see like written unlimited stock footage download for $99. So why I show this advertisement, the biggest reason, in Malaysia or even in Southeast Asia, when we run advertisement, our advertisement copy is like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. But it should be like very simple, because people want to give all the information in advertisement. I mean, you don't have to give all the information in advertisement. The advertisement is just to tease people. So if your customer got teased, and then he will call you that, okay, I want to know more about it. I got a question from Nurul Atika. Nurul, I will ask your, I will go through your answer after the session. So, okay, so if you take a look into this picture, it's a nice picture, and you know, like if you're looking for a footage, you'll just click and you'll download it. So the copy is very sweet, short and simple. The image is nice. I stretch it, so that's why it looks pretty bad, but either the image looks pretty good. And if you take a look into the CTA, the unlimited stock footage download for $99 per year, and your CTA is also download. So that means your copy, your visual, and your CTA is kind of like well synced with each other. So if you can make sure you have a good content, that means good visual or video, you're writing a good copy, short, sweet, and nice. If you have a relevant CTA, your ad will be a killer ad. But it's not easy. It needs to, I mean, you need to go through a lot of things, a lot of experience, and trust me, you cannot run a killer ads at first month, second month. The more ads you will run, that will give you a lot of experience, and that will help you to um, to produce more effective advertisement. Go to the next slide. So I've added another two advertisement. So what I'm trying to show you guys, if you take a look into their visual, they don't use any text. So what we see in Southeast Asia or in Malaysia, in text we put every information: my name, mother's name, father's name, my full family's name. They want to put everything into the visual. And then into the copywriting, they write endless essay. You know, like, it's not me saying, it's science saying, if you are writing more than 3 lines, your brain is actually refusing to read it. Scientifically, if your brain see more than 3 lines, he is actually refusing to read it. And then if you're reading it, your brain is actually taking pressure to read it. So that's why your copy should be within 1 or 2 lines, unless your copy is really amazing. The amazing copywriters is very hard to get. But if you're sure you're an amazing copywriter, I don't mind if you write like 6 lines, and if it's relevant, but try to make it very sweet and short. So that's why I put those information, just to give you an idea that how we can probably consider to write short and sweet caption, and we can use the picture without having any text. Okay, going to the next slide. By the way, guys, if you guys have any question like what Nurul did, Nurul asked a question, you guys can drop your question into the chat section, so I can go through after my session ends. Okay, I put another 2 advertisement. The Starbucks one is pretty much familiar, what I said, like short and sweet. But the right side one, it's you can see a bit long copywriting. And personally, I like that advertisement, and it draws my attention. So that's why I give you an example. And it's an advertisement from a Malaysian company. So why I like this advertisement? First, the visual draws my attention. So if you see in the visual, 2 human is actually giving a surprising, I mean, making a surprising face, which actually good enough to draw your attention. And then it's written there, can you buy a home in KL with RM2K salary? So usually if you think, whenever you see the real estate ad, you used to see the visual of like property, or probably the picture of Twin Towers, Petronas Twin Towers, right? Or the KLCC. So these are the normal pictures we used to see whenever we saw an ad about real estate. But this one was totally out of the box for me. I never imagined, I mean, I will see the human face, and ultimately when I'll take a look, it will be a real estate advertisement. So that was the first, I mean, interesting thing I find about this advertisement. And the second interesting thing, when I read the copy, yeah, it's not amazing copy, but actually it was very much related with the picture they have put, the surprising face. I find it's very, very relevant with the visual. So what they have written: plan to get a property but earning too little, tired of renting a pigeonholes for every expensive price. Oh my. So honestly, it's not a very cool copywriting, but the visual, the copy, and the CTA, it's just make it amazing. Total package is so good. I mean, I find it so nice. If I don't know about you guys, but I find it's something what we can consider to create some different ads, because whenever we are running recruitment ads, probably we are putting an advertisement by saying join us, or we are hiring, right? We are not thinking out of the box. So probably this ad will give us a direction how we can think a bit different. Going to the next slide. I think that's what I've discussed last day as well, but probably you can take a picture, or if you got the slide, you can just do it. I added few things in here. Previous day I talked about Canva only, but I find another option called PhotoJet, which is also free. You can use it to create your graphics. Video, I think I just only talk about Biteable, but Powtoon is amazing as well, but it's a bit expensive. So you can take a look in Powtoon as well to create the videos. For website, I think I've talked about GoDaddy and Wix yesterday as well. And copywriting, yes, Grammarly can fix your copy, fix your grammar, but I will always suggest copy with pride. So what I mean by copy with pride, if you know some companies who are doing good copywriting, go to their page, see their copy, get influenced, and write your copy like that. So you don't have to be unique, you don't have to be different. It's very hard to be different. Rather, if you can get the best practices from the good companies, and you can write it in your own way, I think that will be more interesting rather than just try to be different. Okay, so finally, yes, we know what are the things we do wrong when we are running ads, and what are the things probably where we should focus to improve our ads. But I think these three biggest problem people are doing when they're running Facebook ads, and they are not aware of it. The first thing is, whenever they're running in Facebook ads, or they're planning to run a Facebook ads, they don't know what to expect from it. So let me tell you something. If you're running an ad, so I met one of my client, I mean potential client. I mean, they're still not become my client. So they're telling me that they're going to spend 2,000 ringgit per month, and they're asking me, if I spend 2,000 ringgit, what I will get. So this is something very funny, I find, because say for if you are going to buy a shoes from Nike, what you do? I mean, will you go there and say like, oh, I need to buy a shoe? Because what do you suggest? Should I buy shoe or flip-flop, slider, or I should walk with my barefoot? You don't ask them, right? You go and choose your shoes, and you see, and then you talk and you ask the price or probably the feature of that particular shoes. So you know very much that what you're expecting. If you're buying these shoes, what you're expecting from these shoes. Are you going to run? Are you going to jump? Or you're going to sleep with that shoes? I mean, that's what you're very much aware. So the same thing should happen for like the Facebook advertisement. If you're spending your money for Facebook ad, you should be very clear. One of my friend recently told me that he spent 5,000 ringgit with an agency, and he got like 20,000 likes and thousands of like followers, but he didn't get any sales. At the end of the day, trust me, if you're not getting sales, forget about sales. If you're not getting quality queries, I don't see there is any point of running Facebook ads, because it's not about like just, I mean, bullshitting. It's about letting people know about your product, letting people know about your service, make them interested, and make them your convert them to your customer. So if you cannot convert them as your customer, then doesn't matter how much money you spend. There's no point of it. So first, you should know your ROI. ROI means return on investment, or what you are expecting from that ad. So if you're running an ad, are you expecting leads, or you're expecting like traffic in your website, or what do you expect? Like you're expecting sales conversion, you should know. So say for if you're expecting leads, and if you run a traffic advertisement, and that landing page doesn't have any sign up option, then it's absolutely a failure of your strategy, failure of your thinking, or mislead from the agency who are working close with you. So you need to know what to expect from your advertisement and the money you're spending. The second thing, there's no ad funnel. Every time the companies are running ads, especially the SMEs and the individual, they're creating a new audience, or they're creating the same, or they're using the same audience what they have used for like last ad. So there's no ad funneling for your advertisement. Trust me, if you're not using ad funnel, you cannot make your conversion better. And the last thing, misunderstood customer journey. What I mean by misunderstood the customer journey, so let me give you an example. So if I tell you guys that, guys, can you run a recruitment ad? I want to hire someone as a sales manager in my company. And then probably all of you can run a Facebook ad successfully. This is where I have no doubt. But there's an option in the Facebook where you can add interest, right? And those interest is based on your consumer's behavior. So I said to run an ad to hire, say, for an executive or fresh graduate, and you are adding the interest like hiring, part-time job, job street, XYZ, because that's what is coming in our mind at first glance, right? But my question is to you, the guy who is eating at KFC and McDonald's, what do you think? Does he need a job or not? He does, right? The guy who is watching English Premier League and also like sleeping, staying at his house and watching the English Premier League the day long, what do you think? Does he need a job or not? He does. The guy who's eating at KFC, Nando's, he also need a job. So what I'm trying to say, that if I'm running that advertisement, I'll go to audience insight, and according to the audience insight, the age between 20 to 27, they're more active about foods, lifestyle, and football. So if I'm running that recruitment ad, I'm going to add Chelsea, Cristiano Ronaldo, KFC, McDonald's, that kind of interest. And then I will probably narrow it with the general interest, what you guys are thinking, like jobs, part-time jobs, whatever. So you need to understand your customer journey. The young guy who is 20 years old, he don't search part-time job in Facebook. His journey in Facebook is not the way you are thinking. So his journey in Facebook is different. He's probably following Cristiano Ronaldo. He's probably following Lionel Messi. So you need to understand your customer journey. If you misunderstood your customer journey, it will lead you to a wrong direction. So these are the three major problems I feel people are ignoring, and they are actually suffering with the ad performance. And my last suggestion for today, before you run any campaign, any advertisement, please audit the ad of your competitors or like from the similar kind of company. Because sometimes when you're running your first ad, and say for you are offering e-hailing service, and probably you'll get confused how I should write the copy and how I should, what kind of picture I should use. So even though, yes, I have an idea, but I'm not very confident about my ideas. So what you can do, you can go to Grab's Facebook page, and you can see how they write, what kind of visual they use. It will give you a very wide idea, and you can also see which one people are liking, which one hating. So that's how you can get a very holistic, like it's kind of an idea you will get to run your advertisement. The next one, I see a lot of you are using Audience Insight, but I'm not sure how you guys use it when it comes about implementing an advertisement. But use the Audience Insight, more intensively when you're running your Facebook advertisement. And lastly, I have one more question to you all. I need response from you all. I think, who have suffered this one, or who have heard about this situation that you run an advertisement and then your ad got banned, or your ad account got banned, or probably your profile got banned? If you're familiar with it, type 1. If you're not familiar with, type 2. Okay, I can see a lot of 2. So let me tell you something, those who are not familiar. If you're using the random image, Facebook has 25 ad policies. So few of the policies, let me tell you. One of the policies, if you're using the random image from Google, Facebook can ban your advertisement and also can ban your ad account as well. If your visual has more than 20% text, 20% means the size, 20% text in your visual, Facebook can ban your advertisement and Facebook can ban your ad account as well. Or probably if you're giving a misleading information or overpromise. So overpromise, what I mean by overpromise. So say for you cannot say invest today and earn 5 times more after 2 years. So did you get it? You cannot say invest now and get 5 times more after 3 years. But you can say like invest today and earn the best after 2 years. So you cannot mention something very specific, that you can earn 50%, you can earn 100% more, you can earn double, you can earn triple. So you cannot be so specific. If you be specific, then you might see ban from the Facebook as well. Nowadays a lot of Facebook ad accounts is getting banned, a lot of individuals accounts is getting banned, and also the ads are getting banned as well. So let me tell you something, if you want to avoid your personal profile to get banned, don't share buy sell stuff from your personal profile. Even if you share, don't write buy or sell or 50% discount, 60% discount. If you do that and if someone make a report about it, your account will get banned. So don't use your personal profile to do the sales. I mean, yes, you can upload something salesy, but not say something, say something salesy in your caption. And finally, my last slide is, are you in Instagram? If you are in Instagram, type 1. And I didn't mean you Instagram just have an account. You are in Instagram and you are using in Instagram. If you're using in Instagram properly, type 1. If no, type 2. Okay, I can see a lot of 1 and 2. So if you're not in Instagram, let me tell you something, get active in Instagram. It's been already a year, people start doing Instagramming, and it's becoming popular, it's becoming more effective. So please feel free to use Instagram and get active on stories more often. So guys, I think that's all from me. But now the most exciting part, which I like most, that is the Q&A, because I always believe whenever I share something, it's more like what I think rather than what you guys having an issue. So now I'd like to see tons of questions from you guys, and I would love to answer you all. So here's few of my contacts detail. You guys can contact me if you have any issue. Yeah, and that's all from me. I'm stop sharing my screen and I'm going to answer all of the questions now. Okay, so the first question from Cock Wanting. Thank you for interesting talk. May I know if it's really important to have theme for Instagram photos? Honestly, no. It's good to have a theme, but there's tons of example you'll see they don't have any theme, but still they manage to perform very well in Instagram. Okay. The next one is from Nurul Atika. She write, video versus image, which perform better in FB ads? Nurul, I wish I could tell you straight away that which one perform well, but I have a question for you, Nurul. So say for if you go to a restaurant and if you order a chicken and a beef, which one will taste good? Nurul, I'm looking for your answer. So if you go to a restaurant and you order one chicken and one beef, which one will taste better? So Nurul say beef. Wow, you're so sure, but I'm not sure because unless I try it, I can't say. Yes, video is increasing. Video is getting a lot of attention, true. But when it's about ad, ad is not only about video. Video is very good for Facebook ads on the top of the funnel, on the awareness stage, but when the moment you go to the next stage for conversion, the image works 60% well for me, my case. I'm not saying, but in few other cases, because I worked with few of my clients as well, for them video is working pretty well. And if you take a look, McDonald's is using the videos a lot. They're using, making 3-4 single image into a video, and then they're using that video. So yes, video is, I mean, more effective, but it's very hard to say which one is performing well. It depends on your company, industry, and also it depends on your ad settings as well, how effectively you're setting ads. I can show you tons of example from my ad account. We are using Facebook ads, and our ad cost is like way cheaper even than the industry benchmark. So if the industry benchmark is 7 ringgit, we are getting that leads only 5 ringgit. So, and we are using like images, but that doesn't mean video doesn't work well. Video does well, but it depends on like situation and the campaign. I cannot say like straight away that beef will taste good. Like I wish, yeah, I also love beef, but unless I try, it's very hard to say which one will taste good into the restaurant. But in house, probably yes, beef will taste much better than chicken. Okay, next question. I'm just starting to post on Instagram. I do not have competitors ads to audit. What do you think I can do? Trial and error. Exactly. You need to do a lot of trial and error, but as I mentioned on the last session, I'm not sure you were in the last session or not. So you need to know your business objective, and then you need to put the advertisement, put the content which is relevant with your brand and your product and service. So if you don't have that kind of videos, no issues, then probably you can consider to create your own videos, and you can talk about your brand and your service, or like you can talk about the stories that how you started that business or your role into that business to grow. So something like that. So, but yeah, it's all about test and try. Let me tell you something. In digital marketing, there's no standard we have. It's the more test and try you will do, the more best practices you will get to know. So it's all about the best practice. So yes, Cock one, you can do some um, test and try, but your content should be relevant with your business and with you. Next question is from Sanjesh Bhaskaran. How do we do remarketing? Stop the current campaign or reduce the duration of the first ad and then run another one? You can do in both ways. So what happened when you run a campaign for like 10 days, it's reached like a certain amount of people, right? Probably the ad will run for like 30 days, but after 10 days, you can retarget those people who have got engaged with that advertisement. And how you can do that? You can actually run the ads in the similar way, but your targeting should be different. That's why you need to know how you can create custom audience and lookalike audience, because when you know how to create the custom audience, so say for you post a video 10 days ago, and within that 10 days it got 20,000 views, so you can retarget the people of like those 20,000 who have seen your video in like last 10 days. So if you know how to do the custom audience and lookalike audience, then you know how to do the remarketing. So yeah, I think that's what is the answer. So you don't need to reduce or increase the duration. It's not like that. Okay, Safiuddin is asking, I've experienced on AFP ads for lead generation. When we got the list, we make a call, but few leads says they didn't know anything about the ads and not fill the form. So what's the problem? Is the problem technical part? No, Safiuddin, let me tell you something. My dad is a bit not too old, but still like a bit old. So he used phone, and whenever he used phone, he actually click 3 times everything. So that's what I see like most of the older people do. Like they click things 2 times, 3 times. So sometimes probably without even noticing, they click on the ad and they probably click twice, and that what make him sign up for that advertisement. So that's how you got some lead which is not quality. But there is a way you can avoid it as well. If you do some editing on targeting, yes, that's what you can avoid as well. But the best suggestion to avoid it, I will suggest you to get the sign up on landing page, run the traffic ad, make a landing page, and let them sign up on the landing page. But if you think landing page is taking too much time, then lead generation, I have one more suggestion for you. You can add multiple choice question in the lead form. So add one of the multiple choice question. So what happened, even if you click 2 times, you'll not get sign up. You need to purposely select that answer or write that answer. So the moment you write or select that answer, then only you will get sign up. So after you do that, and if someone said, oh, I didn't do it purposely, then probably he is not telling truth. And I actually did it for my case. My 80%, 70%, not 80%, 70% leads are quality lead. They sign up, and they sign up purposely. Okay. The next question is from, I think Nurul asked something on the top. That's what I'm going to take a look. Okay. Nurul was asking which one is better, traffic or engagement with lower cost. Nurul, it depends on your objective. So say for we are launching a new website for our Chinese company, and that's what we are launching on the next month. So our target is we are going to get 100K traffic per month, 100K. So definitely for us, the traffic ad making more sense, because the engagement is not bringing the traffic to the website. The engagement is making the engagement into your post. So when engagement ad is more effective, when I'm running a video campaign, so I actually run 2 campaigns together. One is video views and another one is engagement, because the engagement helped me to get more likes, comments and shares. And like if people share your video, that actually help you to get some organic reach as well. So that's why whenever I run advertisement, like especially the video views, I add another additional campaign with it, that is engagement ad. And some of you look for like more comments share, because the people who don't have the website, or if you have only one product to promote, then probably engagement ad is much better. In terms of cost, both are cost like same. Before optimization, for traffic per click will cost you 15 cents, and engagement is also going to cost you like 18 cents to 20 cents in Malaysia. So it's more or less same, unless your ad is really bad. Okay, I got one more message. Okay, so there is no more message I can see. So guys, is it all that you have the queries? I was actually expecting a lot of questions, especially from Jess, because in last session Jess was asking a lot of questions. So I got a question from Azhar. I saw some people can do swipe up in the IG stories, but I cannot do that. My IG is a business account. Is there any other criteria to insert link in a story post? Azhar, you're absolutely right. If you have 10,000 subscriber or more than 10,000 subscriber, then only you can get that swipe up option. But still, you can do it even if you don't have a 10,000 subscriber or followers. You can run the traffic ad, and you can select Instagram as a platform, and then when people will see that ad, they can swipe up and they can go to that particular landing page. So that's how you can probably use swipe up. But to get swipe up, naturally you need to get 10,000 followers. Cool. Any more question, guys? I'm just checking one more time. Okay, Safiuddin got another question. How to use Facebook Pixel to track our campaign? So first of all, Safi, let me tell you something. Facebook Pixel we use to retarget the people from our website. So if you don't have a website, you don't need to use Facebook Pixel. But if you have a website, then only Facebook Pixel works. So Facebook Pixel is just like kind of what I would say, like code. So you just need to copy that code. You need to give your developer and he will paste it. So what will happen the next time any people is visiting your website, you can retarget them in Facebook. So the moment they will see your, so that's what you see from Lazada. So therefore, if you go to Lazada's website and then if you leave, and then wherever you go Google, you go Facebook, you'll see Lazada is chasing you till you die. So Lazada, Zalora, they all do that. So that's what actually you can, I mean that's what actually Pixel can do when you use the Pixel for your Facebook campaign. But how to set it up, Safiuddin, I think it's better if you join our full class, then I can show you how you can do that. Another question from Sanjesh, he's asking which Facebook tool we need to know to run a good campaign. You need to know how to run ad manager. If you know how to run, how to use ad manager and how to see the analytics from ad manager, that's it, you're all in. You don't need to use anything else. So ad manager is something you should train yourself, and you should know ins and out of it. Next question is from Edrin Zuraimi. If want to do Instagram ads, better to do only AFP ads manager or do it on Instagram directly? Okay, let me tell you something. Instagram is introducing their own ad manager within next 3 to 4 months. But if you want to get the best results from Instagram, better to use Facebook ad manager and then run Instagram advertisement. Unless you want to get more followers, then only you can probably consider to use the Instagram ads using from Instagram. But apart from any other ad, like if you want sales conversion, then definitely I think business, ad manager is the option what you should consider to run Instagram ads. Guys, any more question? I will wait another 2 minutes to see do we have any more question. If no, then probably we will wrap it up for today. And if you guys don't know, let me tell you something. We have another webinar coming on this 29, and that will be about Google advertisement. Okay, next question following the next question, meaning how do we get followers by Instagram ads? How does it work? Okay, in Instagram, when you run the Instagram ads from Instagram, it will give you an option, profile views. So if you run that ads, that will help you to get some followers for your Instagram page. But that's not so obvious that you'll get follower, but that's how it works. But that profile view advertisement is not available from Facebook ad manager. So that's what I was trying to say. So if you are very keen to get more followers and also get more views about your profile, then probably you can consider to use it. How does it work? You can run that ads directly from your Instagram. If you go to your Instagram and it's a business account, and if you click on your post, you can see an option like promote post. If you click on it, then it's very similar with Facebook. But again, the moment you use the boost post or promote post, it has a very limited option. So you cannot do a lot of things. You cannot play with the custom audience. You cannot do retargeting. Yeah, that's it. So guys, anything else? We have 1 more minute. So if there is no more question, guys, thanks a lot. It feels really great to see you all. Thanks all those 35 attendees or 36 attendees who have went through this session. By the way, if you guys have more question which you think I can help you on it, please feel free to reach me, and I will try my best to get back to you guys. And I hope to see you guys on 29. And till that, bye bye.